Hey friends, this is the brand new Faire Fun bundle in Palia's Fall Fantasy update. As you can see, this one asks for quite a few ingredients, and I wanted to create this guide to make it super simple for you. I've organized everything you'll need into the specific regions of Palia, so you'll know exactly where to go and won't waste time running around. That way, you can get back to enjoying the real fun of this update, like farming with your new animal buddies and trying out all the amazing new features that just dropped. As you can see here, the green ribbon bag, it's kind of like a blue-green ribbon. On the first bag of the Faire Fun bundle, it looks like we're going to be required to input about 40 eggs, 40 milk, 25 honey, and 10 starred apple jams. For the purple ribbon bag, we're going to be required to input about 10 starred hot hounds, 10 starred blueberry pies, 10 regular flotato fries and ketchup, and it looks about 10 either fish tacos or chapa asada tacos, but personally to me, that looks like fish tacos. In the orange ribbon bag, we will be required to input 1 giant goldfish, 1 chezu game, 1 will-o-wisp frog, and 1 green pearl. And in the yellow ribbon bag, it looks like we will be required to input about 10 bars of pallium, 25 flow wooden planks, 50 stone bricks, and 50 leather. That's a lot of ingredients, so I want to make this simple for you and organize everything you'll need into specific regions of Palia so you'll know exactly where to go and won't need to waste a lot of time running around like a crazy person trying to figure out where to get all of this stuff when you're just trying to run your own farm right now. In section 1, we're going to be focusing on items and resources that you can likely collect in Kilima Village. Obviously, number 1 on this list is going to be eggs and milk, which the only place you can get eggs and milk in this game is from Zeki's shop. However, that is going to change now with this new update, so you will most likely be getting eggs from your peckies and milk from your ormus, which are the cow-like critters in Palia. Peckies are the chicken-like critters in Palia. Next, we're going to need a giant goldfish, just one, thankfully, a giant goldfish from the Kilima ponds. Goldfish are often found in the Kilima ponds, either in the mirror pond area in that pond, or in the pond just west of Leafhopper Hills. I have also heard cases where other fellow Palians have said they have caught giant goldfish on their actual plots. So take that with a grain of salt, I guess, or take it as you may. I personally have not caught a giant goldfish on my plot, but hey, if it works, it works. So you will need a glowworm to catch the giant goldfish. And usually the places where I have caught the giant goldfish is either that pond in Mirror Pond Ruins or the pond just west of Leafhopper Hills. Additionally, you can also find spice sprouts that will possibly be needed if the fish taco recipe ends up being that taco recipe there. Obviously, you can forage spice sprouts anywhere in Kilima, or you can purchase them from Zeki's shop as well. And don't forget that also in Kilima, Tish's quest line is what gives you the chezu game for the furniture recipe for the chezu game. If you're very new to the game and you still haven't had that furniture set yet, that is where the chezu game comes from. I believe it's the Kilima furniture set. Next, in section 2, we're moving on to what you can find for the resources you'll need for the bundle in Bahari Bay. You can find honey in Bahari Bay hanging on pine and juniper trees. Now, you can also find honey in the Elderwood in addition to Bahari Bay, so you can choose whether or not you want to get it here in Bahari or over in the Elderwood. But you can get honeycombs from the pine and juniper trees in Bahari Bay. A lot of people have said that they like to chop down trees or shoot them with arrows. Personally, I have found that the best way to collect honeycomb is to hit it with a basic smoke bomb, a bug bomb, and it easily falls off the tree every single time. No messy chopping and no arrow wasting. And you can just bug bomb it. And also, most of the time I find that when you bug bomb it and just pick it up once it falls down, a honeybee will appear, and you can also catch that as well if you are looking to collect a honeybee for your bug collection. Green pearls also come from diligently foraging oysters in Bahari Bay. It takes quite some time of foraging to actually get a green pearl, but once you do, it's worth it, I promise. And you can find those over in the more oceanic areas of Bahari Bay, specifically areas like Coral Shores, the Lighthouse Lagoon area, and Beachcomber Cove. Flowwood is also easiest to gather in Bahari unless you have a flow farm going on your own plot yourself, especially at midnight, which is when the flow tree groves spawn in Bahari. Normally, you will have tons of players calling out the area of the map where the grove spawns at midnight in Bahari Bay. So if you still need some flowwood to add to that flowwood plank collection for your bundle, this is a great place to pick it up as well. And finally, I wanted to add a little note in here that Bahari Bay is indeed the place where you get the Hot Hounds recipe if you have not yet acquired it. The Hot Hounds recipe is only found in Bahari Bay, in Hodari's house, in his bedroom. You just go to the right side of his bed as you walk in from the door, and you'll see a little blue book sitting on the corner table there, and that is the book that contains the recipe for Hot Hounds. And finally, for our third section, we of course have the Elderwood. First, we're starting off with our Will-O-Wisp rockhoppers. I actually found these kind of difficult to find, but they are the rockhopper frogs that have the green eyes in Palia. They were a little difficult to find because I think people are really trying to catch them now for this bundle, but they are normally found over in the Fallen Aqueduct area of the Elderwood. I found the majority of mine down in that area, so it will take you a quick minute, but the Fallen Aqueduct area seems to be one of the best areas. You can find them in other water-like areas in the Elderwood, but the Fallen Aqueduct is generally the best place I've found to set down a bug lure and just look for these elusive Will-O-Wisp rockhoppers. The Elderwood is also where you're going to find all of the Pallium ore that you're going to need to create those 10 Pallium bars. Additionally, you could also purchase the Pallium bars from Hodari. You can also do this if you just don't have time to be going and looking for flowwood planks. You can purchase them directly with your tokens from Ashura if you're in a tight pinch and you just don't have time to be looking for flowwood. Flowtatoes for the flowtato fries recipe. Since you're going to be making 10 flowtato fries recipes, you're going to probably need at least 3 flowtatoes, probably 3 or 4. I think you're probably going to need 4 because usually if you make the recipe correctly, you will get about 3 copies of a recipe every time you make it. So you're probably going to need about 4 flowtatoes. The Elderwood is definitely where you're going to find your flowtatoes. And additionally, you can also grab honey here if you didn't get enough in Bahari or you couldn't find any there. The best spot I have found where I get the most honey, and it spawns very quickly, especially if you are hunting for essence simultaneously, is actually in Matana Grove. Normally, I like to farm essence in Matana Grove. I go around and chop every single tree down in sight. and I get my essence that way because eventually the essence trees will start spawning at an accelerated rate. Now, the honeybee hives will spawn on the pine trees in Matana Grove. So what you'll want to do is just go and collect all of the honey combs or the honey hives on the pine trees in Matana Grove. And I found that they actually spawn back at a pretty quick pace. It seems quick to me, at least when I am simultaneously farming essence from the trees and farming honey at the same time. So I think Matana Grove is a great spot to just kind of multitask and look for your honey and your essence and hunt, dark essence creatures like dark essence Ogopoos at the same time. And that's everything you'll need for the Faire Fun bundle. Starting from the bundle board, then breaking it down by region, you should now have a clear game plan. Kilima for the basics, Bahari for pearls and flowwood, and Elderwood for the other exclusives. If this guide helped you out, don't forget to hit the like and squish the subscribe button. I'll be covering farming and animal husbandry from the Fall Fantasy update next. Hopefully, if I have some time, and you probably don't want to miss that, so make sure that you are liked and subbed and you turn the little notification bell on. I hope you all enjoy the new update. I most likely am gleefully devouring every single new feature of this update right now, and I hope you guys are too. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Woo!